now look to Suzanne Bartington to close the case for the opposition.
So thank you, Mr. President, and ladies and gentlemen, it is a real honour and privilege to be here this evening. And as Victoria's already said, I share something with her. I was also at Cambridge University, a member of the Cambridge Union. And I also know now this evening, I shared a college with Vince Cable as well. So we are in great company here this evening. But I am a Conservative. I am a Conservative because I believe in core principles of ambition, opportunity, and aspiration. I'm also here this evening because I have confidence in our government, in the ability of our government to run our country. And governing is not an easy task. But our country is so important, it deserves that leadership. It deserves leadership which will take on those difficult challenges which we have heard already this evening. Those difficult challenges, those times that need to take decisions that will deliver. And that is what our government has been doing. For we have a government that is looking to the future and not to the past. It is looking to what we can deliver for the next generation. And yes, this is a defining moment for our country. It is an opportunity for our government, in which I have confidence, to steer us to a brighter, a stronger, a fairer and prosperous future. Let's start with health. So we've already heard from the Right Honourable Member for Islington South and Finsbury that we have a failing NHS. Well, I'm a doctor. I work in the health service. I've worked on the front line from accident emergency to general practice. I've met those who need our care, our compassion. But the Labour Party claimed to be the party of the NHS. Well, they were the party of the mid-Staffordshire crisis. Yeah. The most appalling failings we had for those who are sick, frail, vulnerable, and need our care. That is why I am proud to be a doctor, a Conservative, and represent the party who has boldly transformed the NHS away from gross failings. Sir.
The Tories are the party that has systematically dismantled mental health in this country and has presided over cuts of 40% in NHS mental health services, which is just meant that people are continually having to use different services and not getting the help they need from the NHS.
So thank you. Thank you for your point, sir. It is very important we highlight mental health, and absolutely we are committed to parity of esteem for physical and mental health, and I'm very pleased that we have just announced the biggest expansion of mental health care in Europe. Yeah. But when I say we are the party of the NHS, this is not a nostalgic recreation of the past. Yes, we are approaching the 70th anniversary of our valued health service, which does remain free at the point of use, based on clinical need and not ability to pay. But it is our party that have placed care and compassion and patient safety right at the heart. Our compassion is evident. I've already said an unprecedented expansion in mental health, a commitment to an opt-out for organ donation, which will save many lives. It is our party that is the party of the health service. We are also passionate about creating and enhancing opportunity and hope, the tools to help people help themselves, their families, their communities, helping our children get the best possible start in life, a better start than under a Labour government, enabling hard-working people to have a better quality of life, such as we have seen capping energy prices to help people pay their bills, helping 1 million households this winter, helping those on the lowest income. And I know our opposition claim to be the ones that are helping these people, but it is us, it is our government that have lifted 30 million people out of tax and 4 million people lifted out of income tax altogether.
Was that not the Liberal Democrats in government?
Accepted. So we, under the coalition government, we have reduced those who are paying tax, but we have also lifted 4 million people out of taxation altogether with an increase in the personal allowance. We've helped fix the broken housing market, announcing 2 billion of extra investment and a new generation of council housing, helping people who need to get on the housing ladder with initiatives such as Help to Buy. Again, as I have already said, we have been helping those on the lowest incomes, those in the lowest incomes in society, and we are the true party of social justice. Helping...
Would Councillor Bartington be willing to join me and other members of the Oxford University Conservative Association in going out on the streets, working with the homeless population, working with the elderly, doing what we can to use actions to affect society rather than left empty words? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you, very important point. I've spent a lot of time on the streets of Oxford. Having stood as the parliamentary candidate in Oxford East, I'm pleased to say I had a walkabout with 2 homeless people, and yes, it is something we need to tackle. But it is a Labour-led city council that has let down the homeless here in Oxford. What about education? Well, I know from my own journey, from a local comprehensive school to studying medicine at Cambridge, it's education that can break down these barriers. And as we've heard already this evening, the Conservative government has delivered an increase in quality in education at all ages, providing opportunities throughout life, helping more young people from disadvantaged backgrounds, I'm going to decline, go into our top universities, raising the standards of teaching across the country and operating in a global economy. I know, I teach them. I teach our medical students of tomorrow. I can see what we have delivered in higher education. But we need a strong economy to deliver these services. I'm going to decline. And yet us not forget that in 2010, we inherited a country with a deficit of over £150 billion. A note to the incoming Chief Secretary saying, I'm afraid there is no money. Kind regards and good luck. That is not a way to run a country. We're the party of business. We've created opportunities for those to set up their own business, to create jobs, creating more jobs on record than since records began. And finally, thinking beyond our borders, we've heard a lot this evening about discussing what is happening here, but we are living in a global world. We have protected our funding for international development. We have helped those who need it the most. And it's our government who is combating environmental injustices locally, from right here in Oxford, banning petrol and diesel vehicles, reducing reliance on fossil fuels, supporting renewable technologies, protecting resources declined for the future. So this evening, if you vote here in this chamber in support of this motion, you are turning a blind eye to all of this work and this confidence we have in our great country. A government that is forward-looking, that is optimistic, committed to our people, our country, and our world. Thank you.